Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of D-Town TV, the show for digital SLR shooters. This is episode 96, and I'm Larry Becker. He's RC, and he's going to take the top of the show.
Yeah,
because we have some stuff from David Zeiser.
Right.
You've got a tip. I've got a tip. We've got some cool stuff today.
Nice. But let's go ahead and start it off with the tip of the incomparable David Zeiser. Take a look.
Hey, thanks, RC. Hey, we got just a quick tip for you here today, and it's really a little bit about posing. You know, whenever I see so many photographers posing their subjects against a wall like we have, not a wall, maybe a building, maybe a column like we have right here, and so many times they have their arm just coming right down here, look, just like this, from the shoulder to the elbow, just down here, and I want a diagonal line there. I got a nice diagonal line over here. How do I get the diagonal over here? Here's the tip, the D-Town tip of the day. Move your subject, but how far do you move them? Instead of her putting her shoulder against the wall, have that column hit her right on her shoulder blade instead. So let me have you come forward just a bit. Just let it hit right in your shoulder blade. Let me just touch it right there is where you want the wall to hit. Not in the middle of the back, on that shoulder blade. Okay? And then once we do that, guess what? Now I can have her put her arm on her hip or whatever, other hand too. What it does is it really loosens that arm up so we have more flexibility in how we want to pose it, so we can really make a dynamic diagonal out of it. Let's fine tune, just shift this way a little bit. Whole body, whole body, whole body. Okay, turn your head back into the light. Perfect right there. And that's how we can very, very quickly and easily refine a pose to make it much more flattering for our subject. So remember, column hits them in the shoulder blade, gives us more flexibility to turn static verticals and horizontals into dynamic diagonals. And then remember to turn them into the light, and you've got one great looking photograph of your client.
So now you know how to pose a model. All right, thanks, David. RC, you have a cool, he's always got these bags. I've got a bag. RC has...
You should see my garage. My garage is like full of bags. So I'm always on the quest for different types of bags. But this is one of those that's kind of like near and dear. You have the website up right there.
Yep.
It's standbagger.com. And I use another version of this bag. But basically, he has a couple of different bags that he has this one bag that rolls out, and there's like these 4 pouches, and you stick all these lights.
That is so cool.
Right? I love that bag. I think it's a great, great bag. But I recently started taking a look at this one. This is called the Standbagger Grab and Go. And it doesn't roll, it doesn't do anything, but it's just a pretty straight, you know, all-purpose bag for speed lights and stands. So let me just kind of show you what this looks like here. All right, so it's got a drawstring. It's got a little spot for a business card, which I thought was kind of cool, right? So it does some good. Now in here, I have 2 different types of portable lights. I figured we'd kind of talk about a couple of different things. A lot of the times people ask, what kind of stands do you use? Now, this is actually Scott's stand, right? So this is, actually no, this is my stand. That's a Manfrotto 5001B. It's a small stand. What do I like about this stand? It folds really, really small. So if you're looking at this, you'll see really, really tight. Right? I can grab it with my fist. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're looking for something else, the Luma Pro looks very similar to that. It's got a little bit more girth.
Multiple sections too.
Right.
Looks like more sections. Am I
so
seeing that
1,
right?
2, 3, 4. This has got 1, 2, 3. So it's probably got one more extra section.
Yeah.
But this part right here, I don't necessarily, I'm not a big fan of. I don't like how I can't get this really, really small. I like this kind of portability. So 2 different stands. Right now I got 2 stands inside of it. Over here, this one clip, got an SB900, so it's big enough for an SB900. It's also important to be able to note that it has enough room on the side, so I'll stick like my triggers inside of here, right? I'll throw a couple of my I'll use Elenchrom Skyport triggers, so I'll throw a couple of them in there.
Those are so small you can put them anywhere.
Yeah, they're great. And then inside of here, I have a Yongnuo YN560. Now, Yongnuo is kind of like one of these like smaller budget flashes. Like
right.
These flashes are relatively cheap compared to an SP900 or 580X2 or things like that. So price-wise, they seem to do okay. They're pretty straightforward. We'll talk about these at a later date. But the size is close to a 580X2 for a Canon, and you'll notice that it fits also pretty comfortably.
Oh, and you even put that vertical. He twisted it sideways, and it's
so now, now
vertical.
it's actually not like this. It's like this. You can put it in there. So if you need something that's going to carry a lot of stuff.
You could easily put 2 of those in there.
All right, I don't know if I'd put an SB900 in there, but I'll definitely put 2S. Oh, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
That's pretty good.
That's kind of cool. I didn't even know that. All right, so, and all I did was actually just extend this and get myself a little bit of extra stuff. So now I have 2 flashes in one spot. I can put another 2 flashes in here, and we got these 2 things. So more than enough space to be able to do all of this stuff. For more information on this kind of stuff, make sure you take a look at stanbagger.com. He's got a couple of different versions. This one I think is going for $49.95.
Okay, very cool. I like that bag, RC.
Right?
He's always got a bag. It's going to be a different bag next week, we know.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
All right, we're going to be right back, and I've got something to talk to you about with electronic viewfinders. We'll be right back.
Name of the game is to fill the frame. You snooze, you lose. The camera looks both ways. See eye to eye. And my all-time favorite photo philosophy, raw rules. Yeah. Hey, I'm Rick Salmon, and I'm teaching a class here on Kelby Training. It's called Exploring Digital SLR Photography. Now, I have some good news and I have some bad news. The bad news is I've made every single mistake humanly possible when it comes to digital SLR photography. The good news is all those mistakes have helped me to become a better photographer and I hope a better instructor. So if you sign up for my class, you're really going to be in for a wonderful digital photography learning experience.
Hey everybody, welcome back to D-Town TV, the free show for DSLR shooters. With nice Larry Becker. I am RC. But Larry's got something that, if he turns sideways, I will probably run away with.
There's a couple of cool little cameras here.
Right here.
So lately I've been reviewing some medium-sized cameras. Now, let me explain. There's a category of cameras in between point and shoot and DSLR, and sometimes they're called micro four thirds. Now that's very specific to a standard that was invented by Kodak and Olympus. And micro four thirds are basically a mirrorless camera, so they have a compact body like a point and shoot, and they have a lot of the automated features of a point and shoot, and they've got the LCD screen like a point and shoot. But like a DSLR, you're going to have more of a high-end image sensor in it. So it's going to have something like a bigger, better image sensor, 12 or 16 megapixels or something like that. And then you're also going to have the ability to change lenses. And there are a lot of lens options out there. But the reason that I wanted to show these things to you today is because there are some specifics to the camera that are sometimes a drawback, and it's because they don't, oh no, leave that alone. It's because they don't always have this. Now, this one is one from Panasonic, and this Panasonic Lumix does have a digital viewfinder. This is not an SLR camera. There is no mirror that pops up. This is a straight-through mirrorless camera. So this does have a digital viewfinder, and that's helpful if you're out in the sunshine. The problem comes in with something like this. This is an Olympus Pen Mini. There is no digital viewfinder. They do make an aftermarket electronic viewfinder, but you guys know me, and I have a Hoodman Loop. This is a Hoodman Loop 3-inch, and I have it on this, this kind of thing, so I put this on my belt so I can do this. But what I wanted to show you, and this is almost a cheap shots, and I should have called it a cheap shots. I got these rubber bands from Target. They're hair rubber bands. I strung 3 of them together, and I put the center one doubled up, and the outside ones I just kind of tied on there. Then I do this. Then you just put it on here. By the way, you can buy something called a Cinestrap for the Hoodman Loop, and the Cinestrap for the Hoodman Loop is almost identical to this, but it's 20 bucks. This cost me under $3. And now I've got an electronic, well, I've got a viewfinder. It's not the EVF. The electronic viewfinders are like 200 bucks. This is 80. I already had it, and for another $2 or $3 worth of rubber bands, now I've got a viewfinder.
Let me hold it. Just let me hold it.
Oh, it's a pretty sweet little rig.
But you know what? And I'm sitting here laughing. I didn't know that that's where you were going to go with it. And I'm like, that is pretty cool.
It is cool.
Becker. That's a $3. I would have never, ever thought of this. You should patent that.
Well, they already have it out.
Oh,
they already have. It's a Cinestrap. So
yeah, but yours could be called the Becker.
Yeah, or something.
They should call it the Becker. The Becker strap. There you go. You heard it here first.
Or something. Okay, guys, we got to take a break. We'll be right back after this, and RC's going to make fun of me.
Dude, that was cool.
Hi, my name's Dave Black. We're working with sports action using speed lights. We started out track and field with a sprinter coming out of the starting blocks. Then we got some great feature shots of baseball from a variety of angles. Had beautiful twilight sky behind him, and then we'd like re-illuminate him with a speed light setup. We moved on to faster action with motocross, where we had 3 great professional motocross riders for us on a super course. We used a combination of cross light with the sunshine and then the speed lights coming in to make a real dynamic look. It's exciting. You'll learn a lot. So come to kelbytraining.com and watch my sports action with speedlights video. We'll see you there.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. And the reason
Dude, I'm sorry. This is brilliant. This is cool.
Thank you.
All
The
right.
reason that I can say welcome back is because of our sponsor, Kelby Training. You know, if you want to know details, the in-depth stuff, the inspirational stuff, everything about photography, everything about post-processing, Lightroom, Photoshop, getting your images on the web, kelbytraining.com. If you like this show, the way you can say thanks is go over there and try it out. And you don't have to sign up for a year, just try it month by month. There's a monthly membership, and you're gonna be amazed at all the great classes that are there at kelbytraining.com. So that's how to thank them. They are our sponsor. And
We have a website.
Yeah, we always try to inspire you guys by giving you a cool photographer to check out, but this time it's a little bit different.
It's a challenge. Help Portrait is here, right? Every year, Jeremy Coward started this program called Help Portrait to be able to help those in need who normally wouldn't have a picture taken of them. The entire concept is very, very simple. Find a person in need, take their picture, give them their picture. Rather than me try to tell you a little bit about this program, what we've decided to do is we've decided to have Jeremy Coward on the grid.
Yeah,
so he'll be on the grid soon. Make sure you check the time. Make sure you check when he's going to be here. But he's going to be the person that's going to turn around and tell you all of this information. He's going to turn around and tell you why it's important, how it's important. We participate. We love doing it. Make sure you go to help-portrait.com. Take a look at the videos there, and we challenge you. Go out there and make a difference. Go out there and help somebody.
Yeah, it's very cool. RC and the team have done it. Very cool stuff, and you're giving back to the community.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Through your
it's absolutely
photographic talent.
Now, we also have a contest.
We have a contest. All you have to do to enter the contest is put a comment on this show. There's a website, D-Town TV. Well, it's actually kelbytv.com/DTownTV. And when you go there and you're watching this episode from there, because I know you might be watching it on iTunes, but you got to go there. And then there's a place down below you can add your comments and tell us anything about the show, what you like, what you didn't like, what you'd like to see in future episodes. And you can put your comments there. That will automatically get you registered to win a copy of this book,
The Passionate Photographer by Steve Simon. I thought it was really good. I just met this guy at Photo Plus when I was up there in New York. He's got phenomenal images, and he's got a really interesting kind of 35,000-foot view of what you should be doing with your photography, as well as tips on composition, where to place images, how to be able to kind of group images, how to be able to edit images. So a good overall view, he's a phenomenal shooter, so a good perusing, right? You can sit there and just kind of look at it and be inspired, as well as you get some phenomenal techniques inside of it. So I think, Steve, you really, really knocked it out of the park on this one. So I'm really, really glad that they're going to get another copy, because this is my copy. So,
all right,
it's
so
really good.
Yeah, so put your comment there on the show notes, and you will be registered to possibly win that. And if you want, I can get RC to sign it. We can get Brad to sign it. We can get our producer Jennifer or Meredith to sign it. So anybody will sign. We'll all sign it if you want. Right. But that's the prize this week, guys. That's it for this show. Keep in touch with us. He's at @AboutRC on Twitter.
That's right. And you are at Becker Biz. Yep. You can also follow us on Google+. Make sure you go to Google+, look for Larry Becker. You can look for me. You can find me at g+rc.com.
That's it. We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for coming by. Bye.